Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and I have a serious problem. And no, it's not financial responsibility. I mean, that ship hit an iceberg a while ago, caught fire, and got gap insured years ago. Now, I just gave away a GTR, then I gave away a Supra and a Shelby GT350, which means I've officially given away the three main car guy personality disorders. I mean, the GTR was for the guy who says, bro, it's basically a supercar while wearing New Balances and refreshing Bring a Trailer. The Supra was for the guys who actually said it's better because it's built by BMW, and then cries alone when someone calls it a Z4. And, well, the Shelby was for the guy who wants a Mustang, but with just enough race car trauma to make parking lots feel like qualifying at Daytona. So now the garage is empty, and the question is, what do I buy next? Because once you've already given away the internet's favorite arguments on wheels, where do you even start over? Do I buy a Corvette and become everyone's divorced uncle, an R8 and just pretend I'm not just buying an Huracan with better credit, a Hellcat Demon and voluntarily becoming a Cars and Coffee police report, a Nissan Z and start defending Nissan in public like a man has no shame, or maybe a Civic Type R and pay supercar money for something that looks like it was designed by a 14-year-old with a vape and a Gundam addiction. Today, I have searched the internet and my own little brain, and I'm going to go through the actual picks for the next car, ranked on one very scientific metric. How badly do I want one? And how many people will get angry if I say it's better than their dream car? So let's start the fight. Like, subscribe, so we hit 2 mil by the end of the year. Go click the pin first comment and get free entries into the next giveaway, because number one, we are starting with the C8 Z06, the obvious answer that annoys pretty much everybody. Okay. Let's get this all out of the way. The C8 Z06 might be the correct answer, and that is deeply irritating. I mean, nobody wants the correct answer to be a Corvette. That feels like admitting your dad was right about something. I mean, the Z06 has a naturally aspirated flat plane crank V8 that screams to 8,500 RPM, makes 670 horsepower, looks exotic from some angles, sounds expensive, and has the engine in the middle like God and Ferrari intended. But because it wears a Chevy badge, half the internet treats it like it comes with a free Home Depot apron. That phrase is disrespectful now. I mean, the Z06 is just good, period. It's America walking into the European supercar room, eating the catering, stealing a chair, and saying, cool Lamborghini, bro. How about the Audi infotainment? A Ferrari is like dating somebody unbelievably attractive who also requires 3 emotional support lawyers. A Z06 is like dating someone hot who can also change their own tire and split the check. The problem? Everybody has one now, or at least everybody on YouTube does. It's the new I finally made it influencer car. Buy one, and I'm just completing the most predictable car guy evolution path ever. I mean, Miata, Mustang, Supra, GTR, Corvette podcast. Ugh. Still, it gives exotic performance, American maintenance, and naturally aspirated noises, plus enough presence that people who don't know cars still go, whoa, what is that? A GTR is cool to car people. A Z06 is cool to everybody. The only downside is that I'd have to become a Corvette guy, and I'm not sure my knees are ready for the jean shorts. Or jorts, brother. Okay, this is like the GTR, but better in pretty much every single way. You know, the beaver, the nostrils, the architectural crime, the front end that looks like BMW lost a bet with a radiator company. And here is the annoying part. It is really, really good. I know, I hate it too, but it's really good. The G80 M3 is one of those cars everyone roasted at launch, then quietly realized that it was a monster. Twin turbo inline 6, huge tuning potential, modern chassis, 4 usable doors, real speed, big aftermarket. Depending on spec, it can be a luxury commuter, a track weapon, or a car that ruins your rear tires while the heated seats massage your moral compass. Right now, prices still have the BMW arrogance baked in. You're paying for performance, sure, but also the privilege to explain the front bumper to strangers. But this is exactly the kind of car that ages from controversial when new to, bro, it's actually kind of a bargain. I mean, the F80 did it, the E90 did it, which I've owned one and I love. BMW fans do this every single generation. Hate the new M3, call it too heavy and too ugly. Then 5 years later, call it underrated and pay too much for a clean one. We are predictable little idiots, guys, and the G80 will be no different. Okay, hear me out, because here is where I lose the sports car crowd entirely. After the GTR, the Supra, and the Shelby, I'm throwing a luxury SUV into the mix. Not because I've given up, because I've been in enough sports cars to know that sometimes you want to go somewhere the road stops existing. I've had a Bronco Raptor, I've had a Jeep Wrangler named Tina, and honestly, I kind of miss them. kinda. I miss having something that can handle a trail without me worrying about the front lip. Something where the answer is, we can go up there, is always yes, instead of, let me check the ground clearance calculator, like on my Safari. The new GX550 is not your grandfather's Land Cruiser-based grocery getter. It's got the full overhaul, twin-turbo V6, a real multi-terrain selector, a crawl control, disconnecting front sway bars, and a KDSS suspension system that makes off-road geometry look actually smart. It's also genuinely beautiful on the inside and the out, just like your boy. Like, is this a Lexus or a boutique hotel beautiful? Lexus came in and said we are going overlanding, but we're also bringing the heated massaging seats because we're not animals. Okay, so now is for the least responsible option, a Demon 170 that makes 1,025 horsepower with the red key from the factory and with a warranty, kind of. That's not engineering. That's Dodge discovering liability waivers and asking, what if the engine was the lawsuit? And boy, oh boy, I love it. While everyone else chases EVs, emissions, and software subscriptions, Dodge, well, responded with the supercharged V8 that wants to punch the earth backwards. It's heavy, it's loud, it drinks fuel like it's punishing dinosaurs personally, and it handles like a haunted sectional sofa. None of that actually matters. Floor it and your brain stops asking questions. You don't drive a Hellcat because it's smart. You drive it because sometimes you just want a car tuned by a raccoon with access to ethanol. Content-wise, this thing is absolute gold. A Z06, yeah, it's impressive. An R8, well, it's classy. A Demon is chaos, and people click on chaos. Nobody sees a Demon thumbnail and thinks, I bet this is nuanced. The downside, well, it's obvious. Tires are expensive, fuel economy is a joke, traction is more of a suggestion, and every Scat Pack kid's gonna follow you around like you're the final boss of takeover culture. Also, Dodge people, they're intense. Say one negative thing and your comments turned into a Waffle House fight at 2 a.m. But if your goal is views and noise, this is the strongest contender car on this list. Okay, we've all been there, we all been through it. I mean, defending the new Nissan ZL line is basically volunteering to get jumped in the comments. I mean, on paper, it should be perfect. A Supra killer in a way. Twin turbo V6, rear-wheel drive, manual available, retro styling, Z badge, yet the internet talks about it like Nissan personally insulted their mother. It's old underneath, it's too expensive, the Supra is just better. Fine, some of that, well, most of it is true, but here's the thing about car people. We scream, build affordable enthusiast cars, then a company actually does it, and we complain the steering rack is from 2009. The Z, it has soul. It has that old school front engine, rear drive, coupe vibe that's basically extinct now. The Nismo with 420 horsepower is genuinely interesting, especially as Nissan keeps leaning into making it more serious. It's the scrappy pick, not the fastest, not the most polished, but you root for it anyway. Like the guy at the gym with terrible form, but unstoppable confidence. The issue, it's value. Once it gets expensive, you're cross-shopping used Supras, M cars, Corvettes, maybe even older R8s. Would you buy one over a Z06? No. Would I buy one because it makes the internet mad and I secretly like it? Well, absolutely. Okay, and now I kind of have to go back to my roots because I've owned a Gen 1 R8, and this is kind of the gentleman's choice. By gentleman, I mean someone who wants a Lamborghini V10 but doesn't want to look like he owns 3 vape shops and a tax problem. The second gen R8 has aged into greatness. Not as good as the first gen, fight me in the comments on that, but it is a really good looking car. And when new, people said it was too clinical, too safe. Now it looks pretty timeless. The car equivalent of a black turtleneck with a murderously expensive watch. And it has a naturally aspirated V10. In 2026, that sounds like finding a dinosaur in your garage. No hybrid nonsense, no fake spaceship sound, just 10 cylinders of German Lamborghini violence behind your spine. An Urcon pulls up and screams, "Look at me, brother." An R8 pulls up and says, "I could have bought the Lambo, but I also know how to read a wine list." You can drive it to dinner, take it on a road trip, hand someone the keys without praying to the insurance gods. The downside though, it might be a little too mature. I mean, the R8 is the car that you buy when you're done doing stupid stuff, and I clearly just gave away a GTR that shot flames, then a Supra that was Fast and Furious inspired, and a Shelby GT350 that was straight piped. That's not a very clean slate, Brad, is it? That's evidence of a problem. So, where's the drama? Where's the will this ruin my life factor? Still, if I wanted something truly special without turning every gas station into a TikTok meet, I mean, the R8 is the move. Not the loudest pick, even with a good exhaust, but it's definitely the coolest pick, and there is totally a difference. Add it to the pile of options, and the garage gets even more chaotic. So, in the real world, this thing makes more sense than everything else on this list combined. I mean, it hauls stuff, it fits people, it doesn't explode your insurance, and when you get tired of city driving and want to disappear into the mountains for a weekend with a cooler and zero cell service, it doesn't just arrive, it thrives. The downside is I'd have to admit I've matured, which is terrifying. A man who once gave away a Supra and a GTR is now considering a Lexus SUV, and somewhere on the internet, my younger self is filing a restraining order. I mean, and here's the thing, I keep coming back to it. The Z06 is faster, the R8 is cooler, the Demon is louder, none of them can ford a creek, and normal people control the algorithm. Also, Cadillac still has grandpa baggage, except the grandpa has 668 horsepower and will gap your influencer spec M4 without trying. So, what should I buy next and give away? If I want the best car, it's Z06 hands down. If I want the coolest car, second gen R8. If I want the dumbest content monster, it's gonna be the Demon. If I want to start a comment war, well, it's the Nissan Z. If I want to buy controversy now and flip it for profit later, G80 M3. And if I want to go find a dirt road and actually use it, well, it's not a car, it's a truck, a GX550, which yes, is on the Tundra platform. My heart personally says R8, but my brain says Z06. My inner 12-year-old says Demon. My inner trail rat, who misses the Bronco Raptor, says GX. My accountant says please stop, and now there are 7 bad decisions instead of 6. So now I want to hear from you. What should be the next car? And before you type Miata, no, this is not a therapy session, guys. Drop your picks in the comments down below. Tell me why you'd want to win, or tell me why I'm wrong, and explain why your favorite depreciating financial weapon deserves a spot in this garage. Now, I just gave away GTR, Supra, and Shelby. Now it's time to make the next questionable a decision. And if the comments get toxic, good. That means we picked the right cars. Like, subscribe so we hit 2 mil by the end of the year. Go get 100 free entries for the next giveaway. Check out some of these Ideal vids. I'm Brad Danger. This is Ideal, and promise me one thing. Keep living the Ideal lifestyle.